Congratulations, guys. Thanks for coming. And joined now by the champion of today's Grand Prix of Portland, driving the number 3 Freightliner Team Penske Chevrolet with his third victory of 2022, second road course win, moving up to 5th in the standings. By the way, when it comes to the standings, you're 41 points back right now. The last time we've had 5 drivers going into the finale that close, you go back 19 years ago in 2003 when there were 5 drivers in the IRL days going to Texas Motor Speedway. They were separated by 30 that year. So it's going to be an exciting time, I think, going to Laguna. Maybe you're going to be playing golf at Pebble, which we can talk about later. But
playing a lot of golf this week.
You're going to play a lot of golf this week.
A ton of golf. And I was like nervous because I could feel a blister brewing on my hand. I'm like, I don't know how hard I'm going to be able to hold the stick, but we're good. The thing's good. So we'll pop it tonight and press on.
All right. That's the best news out of this so far. Yeah,
absolutely.
Led 104 of the 110 laps, dominating fashion. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. The car was phenomenal. Got a good start. You know, just for us, it was just the whole day, weekend went to plan. You know, we rocked up with a car that was, you know, just needed a massage, like I said on Friday, and then, you know, I was able to just work on myself. And then qualifying come around, we put on pole. We saved a set of tyres, you know, reasonably good set of tyres for the fast 6. We used that, did the right lap, got the pole. And then I knew today that, you know, my first stint was going to set everything up, and that's exactly what happened. So I'm not sure what happened behind me, and I knew that was I couldn't control what was behind me. All I could do was control what I did, and you know, it went to exactly the plan.
The restart there with 21 laps to go. You had Will, you had Pato, you had a bunch of other guys breathing down your neck. How did you stay out in front of everybody on that?
What have I done here? Sorry. No, I was just pretty calm about everything. I knew, like, I just had to get a reasonable run off the last corner and try and break the toe a little bit going to turn 1. But didn't want to overshot turn 1, and then I saw a mirror that Pato and Will were side by side. It looked pretty dicey, so I didn't know what happened. But I just tried to. When I saw that happen, I knew like the first lap for me was going to be huge to try and break a gap, and that's exactly really what happened. Like I got to like 1.6, and that's the sort of what it was for the rest of the race. So that was really, you know, my time that I had to make up. I had to make hay on that lap, and we did.
All right, questions in person for Scott McLaughlin. Let's begin here with Jenna Fryer. Thank you.
Hey, Scott. Obviously, you dominated and led all but, I think, 4 or 6 laps or something. Dixon was a little surprised. There was no team orders there to get Will that additional 11 points. And Will said he was calling for it on radio. Was there any talk on your radio at all or anything?
No. They said that they would, you know, at the end of the day, it was completely circumstantial. You know, it's pretty obvious that, you know, what position you're in if you do need to give up. And I told Will before the race that, you know, I would fight him, you know, cleanly, and I think that's all he expected. So I didn't know he was asking for team orders, you know, the switch or whatever. But you know, I can't control that. You know, I just drove my race, and I'm a team player. I'll do whatever I need to do. But you know, for me, I think the best thing we could do was win the race, either car. So I think, you know, that's exactly what happened.
The way you did dominate, if that call had come, would that have been tough to swallow?
Yeah, but not really. You know, everyone knew that I would have been the true winner. So.
We're over here. Let's gentleman in the blue, Krista Hardy. Okay, Lewis, go ahead. You got the mic.
Of course, you mentioned during testing the biggest thing that you've learned is being in position, trying to learn to be a caliber contender as far as the championship. You're still in this with 1 round to go. Does that mindset change at all, considering this is an opportunity you may come out of there as champion if the cards go in your favor?
Yeah, but for me, it's just controlling what I can control. You know, I can't do much more than that, and I think I've done that the last half year. I just go out there and just drive what I've got. I think Detroit for me was a big turnaround. You know, I made a mistake that I shouldn't have made, and that was just because I was trying to overdo everything, control everything. That was a big sort of mindset change. I think from then on, you know, we've been really strong. I think we did some graph up that the last 8 or 9 races we're leading the championship by like 25 points. So, you know, I think what we're doing right now is building for a massive year next year. You know, I think I haven't finished out of the top 5 or top 4 for like the last 6 events or something. You know, I'm feeling really strong. there's no reason why this can't be great momentum for next year. And I feel like I'm driving the best I ever have in my whole career right now. I feel really comfortable and comfortable with the team, and that's exactly what you need to tackle a championship, especially in the series.
Chris.
Given your position in the championship and kind of piggybacking off what Luis asked, are you going to take more risks going to Laguna Seca, given how far back you are compared to what you would do if you're maybe only 3 or 4 points behind Will?
Yeah, I mean, I've got nothing to lose, but at the same time, I just want to do the best job, for my team. I don't need to be a kamikaze or anything like that, but I just need to focus on what I'm doing and just dot my I's, cross my T's, hopefully have a good run. Ideal weekend for us is pole and a race win like it is. So there's no doubt in my mind that I can go to Laguna Seca and win there. I'm ready to do that.
And were you surprised at how clean everything was in one?
No, I said to him today, I said, bet you we'll go caution free for most of the race, and we did. So I'll tell you lotto numbers later. It just was, genuinely I knew where I was going to go, and I think it was the right call by all drivers and stuff to go early out of the last corner to spread the pack a little bit. But like I said yesterday, we've been banging on about it for 2 or 3 weeks. You'd feel like an idiot if you're the one that crashed into everyone. So, yeah, I think everyone just took a chill pill.
You have a question? Go ahead. Front row. Wait for the microphone if you don't mind. Thank you.
For the 6 laps you didn't lead, can you walk us through that from your point of view?
I felt like I led every lap. Just the way the strategy felt, I knew that it was just cycles and stuff that weren't. At the end of the day, that was just, we were kind of leading, we just weren't officially. So for me, it was just those laps that you don't lead are almost the most important ones, because they're your in and out laps, they're your exchange laps. Getting up to speed, and I feel like we've been really strong all year.
Jack, go ahead.
Hi.
Hey.
The first half of the race, you had a good distance between you and Will.
Yeah.
But at the end, kind of only 5 laps to go, he came close, less than a second. Did you started worrying about him?
No, I was pretty chilled. I just knew what I needed to do is keep hitting my marks. I was controlling the race. I knew that we were far enough in the stint that if he got any closer, he was probably going to hit his front tires. So it was kind of working to my advantage, and I had a heap of overtake left as well. So I was sort of just driving to that and not trying to burn my stuff up. So, and I just I didn't know if there's any lap traffic coming. I didn't want to catch anyone. So for me, it was just drive consistent, hit my marks, and make it happen. But for me, the start of the race, that really set up the race for us. I think pulling 5 or 6 seconds on everyone behind us, that was that's the buffer we needed for the rest of the race.
Go ahead in the back. Thank you, Steve.
Hey, Scott, congrats. On a less serious note, any good stories about Crusher that you can tell? And maybe what he means for Australian motorsport and what he's done for guys like you in his career?
Look, Crusher was one of the first people I met when I was a very young kid. And he started listening to me when I said I wanted to go to supercars instead of Formula One. So he shut his book, and that wasn't a bad thing, but I think a realistic thing for anyone in my position. And at that point, my weight, I was quite a big boy, and I wasn't going to F1 anytime soon. So, we've gone through lots of ups and downs. He's seen me lose championships, win races, see me win my first race. But awesome to have him here, and I think awesome to have Trudy here as well. And I wish they would come to Laguna, but they're going to Iceland on Monday or whatever, so they're going to have a lot of fun over there. But massive, he's a key figure in motorsport. Speedcafe.com is Australia's biggest news source, and that's really put motorsport in Australia on the map.
Go ahead. Oh, speaking of Crusher, he confirmed what we were thinking. If he says it's got to be right, if you look to your left and your right up there on the podium, it was all Australia, New Zealand podium, first time it's happened in the IndyCar series. So, you think to young aspiring drivers that probably were sitting at home watching this?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, for me to even just share a podium with those two was pretty cool. When I knew to battle with those guys towards the end of the race is always awesome. I was looking at the big screen, I could see Dick right there. I'm like, of course he's right there, of course. But it's super cool. I mean, two of those guys that I looked up to, and I think massive for the Australian New Zealand motorsport. I'm sure there's a lot of people watching. These West Coast times are actually really good for Australia New Zealand. It's not too early in the morning like the other ones. So it's really cool, and I'm sure they hate it me beating them, but I would hate it if they were beating me too.
Let's take a few off of Zoom. Daniel Herrero, you've been patiently waiting. Go ahead, Daniel.
I've got to prove to Crusher that I'm actually working. Scott, Will mentioned before that he thinks you might have to help him at Laguna this coming weekend. Are you willing to help Will or Joseph, or are you still prioritising your own hopes?
I think it's all circumstantial. I think I'm a Penske driver. I get the mold. I fit the mold, and if I need to do what I need to do, that I'm a full team player. So I'll do what I need to do. Ideally, I mean, I'd love to just go, but for me, I need to just pole and race win and have some fun. But if things happen, I'm ready to do what I need to do for the team.
Cool. Thank you.
Tim Harani, you're next. Go ahead, Tim.
Thanks very much, Dave. Appreciate it. Congratulations, Scott. It's a very impressive win today. They were talking on the broadcast about how you had to learn to transition from right foot braking to left foot and get that dialed in, which is no easy feat to pull off. But what was the moment that just everything, clicked for you? Was it during the off season, or was it mid season? And what was it that made it all sort of come together for you?
No, I think I'm still getting used to the left footing a little bit. There's certain corners, especially on this track this weekend, that I'm still struggling with a little bit compared to Joseph and Will. Just how much left foot brake, how much brake to use and stuff like that. So I'm still a little bit, getting used to all that. I'm definitely a lot better, but it was probably I said a lot, through conferences throughout the year. I think Nashville last year was really where everything started to click a little bit, and we started turning some results around. And although my qualifying wasn't fantastic, I always felt my racing was good. So, and then I feel like, every race this year we've been in contention, and I've either made a mistake or the team might have had a fast pit stop, but, just really proud of how we're running year two. I think it's a massive jump. I feel like a new person, and Joseph's won 5, I won 3. We're the most, which is pretty cool.
Congrats again, Scott. Thanks again. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Kate.
Okay, Tim. Thanks, buddy. Let's go to Jack Benyon. Back to Jack. Go ahead.
Thanks, Dave. Scott, you joked earlier about having to kind of make that decision between looking at Formula One and supercars when you were younger, but you're kind of regularly beating drivers who are actually linked with Formula One at the moment. Is that something that's crossed your mind, or something that you've been able to digest?
No, I haven't even thought about it. I'm enjoying IndyCar right now so much. It never has thought. Oh, sure, I'd love to drive a Formula One car and test one or whatever, but I've found a really good home here in America. I've found a really good home with Penske, and I'd be hard pressed to go anywhere. But motorsport's a weird game sometimes, so you never know where you end up. So I'll never say never, but at the end of the day, that's a bucket list item to drive a Formula One car, regardless of who you are. But I'll just keep hammering over here and have a lot of fun doing it, because it's been a ball. I feel like a different person, man. I'm so happy. My wife's so happy. It's just cool, and I'm just having probably the best time of my life, even throughout the championship winning years with DJR, which was, so much fun. I have so many good friends from that, but the time right now, trying to find speed within myself and, beating like Will, Scotty, other people, it's a ball. And yeah.
I know we asked you a lot about your expectations through the year and through this whole journey that you've had, but you've won 3 races this year now, and that's the same that Alex Palou won in his championship year last year. So, is that something that you ever comprehended that was possible for this season, that you'd be, at least winning 3 races and be in championship contention at the end of the season?
Yeah, I thought we could, be a little bit of an underdog and sort of creep up on everyone there. But 3 races is huge. I wanted to get at least 1, but we managed to, obviously win 3, which is awesome. But like I said before, for me, it's just, we're just building some serious momentum for next year, and I'm learning a ton. I feel like a completely different driver even from the start of the year at St. Pete. I just feel a lot more complete. Like I said before, I feel like I'm driving the best I ever have in my life. So hopefully that only means good things for next year, and we can work together as team. As the team, like the team cars are unreal to drive. Been a lot of hard work there for all three of us, and I'm just proud to be doing the job.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Dave.
You got it. Rodrigo, wrap it up on the Zoom for us. Go ahead, sir.
Thanks, Dave. Hi, Scott. Congrats for this win. You show a lot of pace in the whole race, but then after the restart, you were maintaining that pace around a second against Will. How hard it was for you?
Look, it was a tough race, because the pace was so high, especially with a 3-stop strategy. It's basically just go, go, go. No fuel saving and stuff, maybe a little bit, but not much. But I just felt like that last stint, I got that gap and I just controlled it from there. So that was just, for me, the most important thing, and really proud of. Didn't really put a foot wrong, and to lead as many laps as we did was an awesome achievement for all of us, the team, strategists, everyone. Really proud of everyone. So yeah.
Just to finish it, if you couldn't choose yourself, who would you like to win the championship?
Roger Penske. Yep, Roger Penske. I don't know. I'm not answering that question. I get myself in a lot of crap.
Okay, man. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.